All right. This is February 9th, 2018. The market just opened about 12 minutes ago. I'm just kind of going over some of the stocks that I bought yesterday. And the stocks that I bought yesterday were more out of frustration because of one stock that I purchased the day before. Which was that Wednesday. So, just kind of going over these charts. The first one is Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers today is doing pretty well, but yesterday it got slaughtered. It was slaughtered very badly. The whole market was down, so it kind of just took over this stock, and I really anticipated it doing better than what it did, and it did not. It did not do really good. So today it's having a little bounce. It's holding this 68-ish area, the low 68s. So I am anticipating that it will continue to hold this and go higher, recovering up on some of the majority of the selling that occurred yesterday in anticipation that it will go up higher. Um, so I'm gonna be holding. I'm bullish on Weight Watchers. Another reason is because they had a an analyst upgrade from $65 to $86, and this was all because of this spike. I was anticipating this spike actually a couple of days prior to it, which was back here when I was buying it in the 63, 64 area. It went up to a little bit to 65 before coming back down. So I was, lack of better words, I was faked out over here. Watched it come down here to 61, and then next day shoot on up. I've been pretty busy these past couple of days with a lot of meetings, so my trading this week has not really been happening like I wanted to. But and this is indicative to a stock that I just stared at as opposed to buying, even though I knew that buying it would be good. Was BSPM. BSPM. Man, this was a bad one. This one was a really heartbreaker for me, just because I saw all the signs and it said to buy, and I still didn't buy. So for a couple of days, I've been watching it, putting it on my watch list, taking it off, and the day that I had it on my watch list was this day. It was in the 315s, and I thought it was gonna hold this 330 area. I put in a signal to let me know when it hits 330. It did, and it went lower, so I kind of didn't give it any attention. Then the following day, it started to go a little bit higher, and this 100-day moving average really started to pump up above the VWAP. So I ended up wanting to buy this in the 370s, 380s, because once it was holding 380 pretty good, um, I was pretty happy. I was extremely happy actually, and I saw that this 380 could go a little bit higher, and which it did. It went higher, and I really thought that it would go to the sixes. It got close to five, and came right back down. Came screeching back down. Actually, the screeching halt. And screeching halt came down, slid all the way down, and started a whole 390 all over again. So I could have potentially bought back in at that price because I knew that this 380 area was somewhere that I wanted to buy, and I didn't. I didn't, probably because of how the markets have been moving and stuff like that. I just rather got nervous, so I kind of left it alone. And today the markets are not that bad. Yeah, they're generally, let's kind of look. Yeah, so it's green all around, which is good. This is stronger than it was the other day, or last week, but at least it's going in the right direction. So I saw this. I still think it has a good potential to buy, but right now it's out of my price range, so I will not be buying it anytime soon. Um, only unless it comes back down to the threes, which it looked like it might do, to come back down to the threes at some point or another before ramping back up. Well, maybe not. It may not. It may actually hold this 420 area. Actually, look like that 420 area is a good holding spot. So who knows? This is one of those stocks that, because it's a low floater, it can potentially spike up higher on the day and be able to do just that. The one stock that's really starting to, grind my gears is GBLX. I ended up buying this yesterday out of frustration. I should have just left it alone. Like, if you're ever in a stock or if you're ever trading on a market day where one stock is not going well, do not trade other stocks in anticipation to make up for the stock that is not doing well, because this could open you up for disaster like it's doing for me right now. Right now, GBLX is not doing what I would like it to do. I bought it at 72 cents. I bought it at 72 cents, and now it's at 64 cents. So I have lost rather 8 cents a share on a stock that could have been, that could have been doing a whole lot better. But I guess because of market volatility yesterday and how it just dropped in price, is not holding its end of the bargain. The only thing that has me even the slightest, content, allowing me to stay in the stock is just the fact that it is above the 100-day moving average, and that it is holding 63 cents. But other than that, I would rather see this one spike on up and do a lot better than what it's doing right now. Right now, it's not giving me any clear indication that it will continue to go up, and I'm just going to hold it for a couple more moments, and probably up until about 11. Give it some time and see if it does come back up. If it doesn't, then I'm just going to have to cut it loose and keep and save myself any more agony, because I think that's what it is trying to do, is give me more agony. It is holding right here, even though it is holding right here at 64 cents, even though there really isn't any strong support. 63 cents is like the strongest, but it's saying that we're coming to an end of the selling. I would like to see that materialize somewhere on this chart, because it's not doing it right now, and it's just trending lower. So it's trending lower there, trending lower here, and trending lower here, and it could possibly do the same thing, retest 63 and come right back down. So I am anticipating that retest, and should start putting in a sale order. So that's probably what I will end up doing right now. Let me put in a sale order. So I just put in a sale order at 63.635. It was starting to retest it. No, I'm not a fan of that, because it was starting to retest. It's low of the day. I think it could go lower. So the selling has really not ended, and because it has not ended, it was just time for me to let it go. So I let it go, and hopefully, me letting it go will open up opportunities for another stock that might look like it should be in my favor. See, and as the 0.639 is starting to come in, it's going to start getting lower and lower until it forces these 0.632s, 0.63, and lower to 0.5. I wouldn't be surprised if it's down here by the end of the day, in the 50 cent area. So with that being said, I'm on just keep it on my watch list for now, and hopefully that hopefully that it will do exactly what I said, so I can come back as as a method of study for following or following where my stocks normally go and how they move, before and after a buy or sell. So look at BSPM. Look at this. This is a magnificent move. I'm just kind of just watching stocks, but this one is going to start challenging this 480 area and probably go higher. This will be another day where I could have definitely got in the 380s like I wanted to, and just watch it run almost a dollar. Like I have no words at this point. It's just moving the way that I originally thought when I was looking at it. This ramp, I just watch it go and go and go during the after hours, and I was going into the close into the after hours. So it just kind of made me a little upset that I did not use the tools that I've learned and applied it onto this stock particularly, because I missed out on profiting. I could have profited really well on this one. So it's okay. Learning experience. I like having learning experiences, and recording this during the market open is even better. It's having difficulty now in the 670 area, even though 670 is higher than 670. It's having difficulty at 460 area, trying to break 670, 470. I don't know why I keep on saying 6, and staying above it. But as we're seeing the level 2 starting to come in, it keeps on putting in orders in the low 460s. So I'm not 100% sure if it will actually break. But if I was in the 380s and I saw this and it was kind of close to 370, came down and is retesting 370 again and having some difficulty, I believe that I would have probably sold by now. And then if it runs, it runs, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I already profited. I almost made $1 per share on this stock. So this is something that could potentially, break, go up to 480s. But at the same time, it's having some difficulty right here in the 460 in the high 460 area. So I don't really see what it could possibly do after this. Don't really see it. APPS. I bought you the other day. The same day, yesterday. I bought you the same day. I actually bought you here in the 218 area. That was probably a bad idea. Once again, you don't buy stocks trying to compensate for whatever potential losses that you might have incurred. But after hours, it was holding this 227 area. Then it started to come back down on the after hours. So I really thought that it was going to break over this 227 area when I bought it in 218. I did see this and said, oh, it's going to break it. It didn't break at all. It actually stayed where it was at and decided not to do anything. And that's what it's doing right now. It's not doing anything. It just came right back down and slowly but surely just holding where it is. Right now, it is above the 100-day moving average, which is probably the only thing that I like. But that's on the 2-minute chart. Let me look on the 1-minute chart. 1-minute chart is neck and neck with the 100-day moving average and the VWAP. I would rather see it be a little bit higher on the 100-day moving average. Hopefully that there will be some more momentum that will force the 100-day moving average to allow the stock to ramp up a little bit more, especially on this Friday. It's only trading 91,000 right now when you're having stocks that are in 6 digits that are trading. six digits. Like, it's kind of hard to have a stock really move if there's no real volume behind it. So I'm not 100% sure if I would rather, if I would like to keep this in my portfolio right now. But as of now, I'm holding on to it, and I want to see if this 100-day moving average strategy will help me into identifying when stocks will move higher when they do have the opportunity on the trading day. And 100-day moving average is really just for that trading day. Like, I don't, I can't use it past that trading day to see if it would do a run that's a $10 run or a $5 run per share on that trading day, or on trading days after the trading day. So let's try that one more time. I would not normally look for stocks. I would use the 1-day moving average only for that trading day. I would not use it on the day chart for the following trading day, because each trading day has a different personality of that stock. That stock could run and go higher on the day that I'm trading it, but the following day it could pull back, like we saw with Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers did that. Weight Watchers did that yesterday because of the market, how the market was really moving. You see, and it was over the 100-day moving average, and then it started coming right back down below the 100-day moving average, giving it a bearish signal. Right now, it's above the 100-day moving average, right? Well, no, it's not. It's actually above the VWAP. So it's trading above the VWAP. So there are buyers in the 69 area, 69.50 area. So as long as it can hold the 69.50 area where buyers are, then I'm not too worried, and it should continue to go up, or at least trade near there. I just don't want it coming back down to the 68s. That's where I would get nervous. And so I looked at APPS. They also did have an analyst upgrade to $2.80 from $2.50. So I'm not saying that it will go there today. I'm just saying that there's a reason why it did have a move, and based off of earnings, the earnings report, which gave the positive action on the after hours, we could possibly see it move a little bit higher. So, I am probably once again holding this with some hope, and that's not good. But I do want to see if my strategy is working to the T. And I think the last one I will go over that I bought yesterday is the VKTX. The VKTX is another stock just like BSPM that I've been watching for a couple of days, and I was kind of reluctant in getting in on it just because I knew that they had the offering, the 11 million share offering of $5. So I was very reluctant. I was really reluctant in buying it. I thought it was going to crash right back down to $5, but it didn't. It's been holding, and I think it has some potential to hold just a little bit longer as it gets to this 650 area, and it holds it pretty well. If you look back here, this 650 area was pretty well held, and right over here, and right over here. So if it gets up to 705 like it did yesterday, where it was at 720, I think that it could get up to the 770 area. So here, I ended up buying it yesterday in the 660s, and then the market kind of crashed, and I was kind of mad, and I walked away from my computer, which is not the best idea. You want to protect your account, and I definitely did the opposite of all of that yesterday by buying these stocks that are questionable on a red market day. Today the Dow was up 270 points, so things are looking better going into the weekend, but This is one stock that it has already tested six, yeah, 670 almost, more 668. So I would like to see it test that 668 area once again prior to it going any higher. Once it tests that, then it makes it a lot easier to even get up to the 690s and hopefully the 70s. So if it can get there, it can get there. That would be great. If it doesn't, I just know that I am near where I bought it, and I can at least call it a scratch and do away with it. But that's what I have as of now. You know, BSPM. Oh yeah, ATOS. I originally saw this earlier in the week, that it was moving, and I think that's probably something I should take into account when there's a stock that's moving earlier in the week, to kind of watch it. Last week it was doing this in the month of January when it broke over the 100-day moving average. It didn't take note of it, and it did it again. It stayed right above the 100-day moving average prior to going up to 80 cents. So from 30 cents to 80 cents, that's 50 cents. That's a nice little return right there. So my patience is a little thin when it comes to trading on the day. But there are moves like this. See, this is a recent spiker. This spiked back in October, and it definitely spiked above the 100-day moving average in September. So it can spike, and I need to give some of these stocks some time to do so. But this was something that moved really well too, and because it moved really well, this I should really keep an eye on it and see where it will go. Maybe it can go up to the 70s and then retest the 80s all over again. Right now, it's showing that the selling or that the buying is pretty much over, and is coming to, less resistance, or less overbuying, or I should say less overbuying. So on the day, for the year, but on the minute chart for the day, it really has been holding steady. Not really seeing what it could do, not really seeing that it will do anything, because right now it's just holding this 64-cent area. It did dip below that towards 63, but that's too close to this low. If it does hold this 100-day moving average like it's trying to do right now, I think this will possibly be a good buying opportunity, but I would need to see it break over the 100-day moving average before I even do any buying, because as we can see right here, it's not overbought, it's not oversold, and the momentum, even though there are some buying here and there, it really is a low amount. So it's not something to really be concerned about, and that it will be something that I will buy right now. And it's not something that I would buy right now. I'm not going to rush into buying it, but it does have potential, and having potential is key to making my watch list. As you can see, my watch list is kind of not in the best shape as I anticipated. GBLX now at 65 cents, so at least it is starting to go up a little bit. TEUM is starting to find lower lows. Yeah, I can see this continuing to go down, so I will probably more than likely get rid of you, make room for other stocks. This one I really want to keep on here just because it's holding this $7 area, and if it holds it for one more day, this would be something that I will probably get into with the hope that it can get higher. And this higher is near here in the 9s. So right now it kind of got to the 830s, 840s. It could possibly break that, get up to the 9s, but that's all dependent upon the market, obviously. So we'll just hold on to that for now. AVIR, which was a stock that did significantly well on a bad day, on a bad trading day. It has a inverted candle like this, which normally signifies that it's going to start trending downward, but I will hold on to it. I will hold on to it even though it's overbought, and it might when it gets overbought, it usually starts coming right back down. Doesn't really hold, but this one looks like it's having some potential to hold. So I should give it that right, let it hold, and then come back to it, especially after a day that it had yesterday. This shows the strength of that stock. IMGN, it is holding this 830 area. It's holding 830. Yeah, yeah, I would say about 830. If we look back here, I had a top over 830, and then there's some more over here at 830. But right now, it's having some difficulty breaking 880 and staying above 880. So this is usually would be a good sign that it could continue to go up. But on the day chart for the year, it's saying that the selling is starting to occur. So we're approaching some selling opportunity. And that could signify that it will continue to come back down. So I'm not 100% sure with this one. And when I'm not sure, when I'm not sure, I just leave it alone, and I should leave that alone. Yeah, VKTX is starting to pull back a little bit, so this one, if it can hold its green buying opportunity, this is a nice candlestick that I like quite often. Because it could go a little bit higher, and could show that there's some more buying opportunity, and it could spike, next trading day. So if it does close on a candlestick like this, it has more upside than downside. So this is something that we'll be taking a hard-nosed look at, and just making sure that it doesn't decrease, which is trying to do right now. It is trying to find a way to come lower in price. So this might be something that I would probably sell if it cannot hold. But I think that's everything that I looked at. Yesterday was pretty bad. Just keeping in mind to not trade during bad markets, and if I do, look for the best setups, and not to get frustrated and sell myself short by buying stocks just because one stock didn't do well. So I essentially become a bag holder in 1, 2, 3, and this one I already sold as it's trying to make its way back. But that was 4. So 4 stocks I was a bag holder on, and definitely just had to let it go. So, Weight Watchers is probably the only one that might have some type of substantial gain, especially going into its earnings later on in the month. But other than that, I don't think that any of these other stocks are really worth my time, and I should be looking for another buying opportunity. Maybe VKTX, maybe that one. So that'll be the only one. BSPM, it might be able to do something later on too. So we'll see. But thank you for listening. This is a nice little memoirs of my trading progress, and I only anticipate being able to trade better than what I have done in these past 2 trading days.